Welcome to this week's Bible Topics discussion. We're glad you're with us today and hope you and yours are doing well. Today, we're going to try to learn a little bit about Judas Iscariot.
Judas was a fairly common name in Bible times, and it appears several times in the New Testament, referring to only a few men. The Judas we're addressing today was named Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, or simply Judas Iscariot. And yes, he was the one who betrayed Jesus. But did you know that Jesus knew Judas Iscariot would betray him from the beginning?
That's right. John chapter 6, verses 63 and 64 say this: "The Spirit gives life. The flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you, they are full of the Spirit and life. Yet there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus had known from the beginning which of them did not believe and who would betray him. Verses 70 and 71 say this: "Then Jesus replied, 'Have I not chosen you, the 12? Yet one of you is a devil.'" He meant Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, who, though one of the 12, was later to betray him.
In Luke chapter 6, verse 16, he's referred to as a traitor. In John chapter 6, we just heard Jesus refer to him as a devil. John chapter 17, verse 12, calls him the son of perdition, perdition meaning destruction or ruin. Matthew chapter 10 lists the names of the 12 apostles, listing Judas Iscariot last, saying Judas Iscariot who betrayed him. In John chapter 12, verses 1 through 8, it says, 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, who was to betray him, objected. "Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages." He did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. "Leave her alone," Jesus replied. "It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me."
Amen. John chapter 13, verse 2 says this in reference to the Last Supper: "The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus." In verse 21, Jesus says, "Very truly I tell you, one of you is going to betray me." The disciples were wondering which one he meant. He said, "It is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the dish." Then, dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So Jesus told him, "What you're about to do quickly." The others didn't understand, but Judas had already spoken to the chief priests and officers of the temple guard and agreed to hand Jesus over to them for 30 pieces of silver.
30 little measly stinking pieces of money. Well, apparently that was the attitude Judas acquired later, because Matthew chapter 27, verses 1 through 5 says this: "Early in the morning, all the chief priests and the elders of the people made their plans how to have Jesus executed. So they bound him, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate the governor. When Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that Jesus was condemned, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders. 'I have sinned,' he said, 'for I have betrayed innocent blood. "What is that to us?" they replied. "That's your responsibility." So Judas threw the money into the temple and left. Then he went away and hanged himself. Does this leave you wondering about Judas Iscariot as it does me? I wonder if he had not been so hasty and rash to hang himself, would he have gone to Jesus and asked his forgiveness? Could his soul have been saved? That's something to think on, but I guess we'll never know. Did God love him as he loves everyone else? I believe so.
Yeah, me too. Well, that's it for this week. Join us next week when we'll discuss something new. Maybe it'll be something you have suggested. Please like, comment, and share, and let us know if you have any questions. We would love to hear from you. See you next week. Be blessed.